Hello friends, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to talk about commits. We have already done couple of commits. We are going to do one more and we'll check it out. Difference between each commit. For that one, I'm just opening my Git bash over here. Okay, let me increase font size and I could see there is warning. Okay, on file one because we have edited this file one with the notepad. So that could be the issue. So what I'm going to do is let me remove the file one and git status. Let it be in the staging area. We'll commit these onto our local repository. So now git add dot, nothing but whatever changes I have done, all changes I'm adding it to my local repository. Git status and git commit -m updated files. Okay, so we are committing our changes and we have done one more commit. Now if I check git log, we could see 3 commits. So far we have done 3 commits and you can see head points to the latest commit which we have done. Now I would like to compare the changes between the latest commit with the previous commit. For that we can do git diff. Let me pull this side. So git diff and I can give the entire commit ID or else first 6 digits of your commit ID. So this is first 6 digits, right? I can give the first 6 or 7 digits of my commit ID with the other commit so that we can compare this one with our previous commit. You can see here. So here it is comparing with two different commits and this is the latest commit and this is the older commit. So in latest commit /a file1 and older commit /b file1. So if you see the /a file1, nothing but in the latest commit you can see triple minus and dev null, which represents that in the latest commit there is no file called file1. Why? Because we have removed it, right? Whatever changes we have there in our working directory all has been committed. And you can just check this one git status. All the commits are done at the local repository. That is the reason there is no file called file1 at this moment in our repository. But in the previous commit, nothing but in this commit there was a file called file1 and these were the lines were there in that file. Next we are comparing with file2. So file2 is there in the latest commit but not in the older commit. Older commit file2.txt, right? So that is what it is representing. In the latest file we have file2, nothing but a/file2 and previous one there is no file called file2. That is the reason it is showing as a del null and in the latest commit these are the lines we have added. Similar way, if we check the file2.txt, file2.txt is there in the previous commit, not in the latest commit. So if you see here, dev null, nothing but in the latest commit, there is no file2.txt, we just have file2. In the older commit, we have file2.txt and these are the entries in that file. That is how we can compare two different commits using git diff command. That is how we can compare two different commits. Now we can do same comparison with the initial commit, nothing but first commit. For that, let me clear the screen and git log. If I do, you can see 3 commits are there. Now I would like to compare this commit with this commit. For that, I'm going to use git diff and I'm giving minimum 6 or 7 entries we should give. After that, it can be anything. And you can just see this what and all differences we could see. Of course, file1 is not there in the latest commit. In initial commit it is there. Similar way, file2 is here in this commit but not in the previous commit. That is why dev null. Next, file2.txt, now it is not there. In first commit it was there. Similar way, file3 is here, nothing but in this commit we have file3 but in the previous commit we don't have file3 and in the latest commit we have added this line and let me give enter. And also file4 we have in the latest commit but not in the previous commit. That is how we can compare. Okay, so this is how we can compare which files are added in which commit. But there are other ways we can compare in better way. We are going to see those in the later point of time. But if you observe, so far we are working on our local system and we are not sharing our code with any other team member who want to work with us. We are just doing changes in our directory or repository and adding it to our local repository. Now let's just think that developer 2 also want to work on the same code. Means me and developer 2 both are working on the same project. If that is the case, how we can share our code with the other team members? That is what we are going to discuss in the next section. Thanks for watching and see you in the next section.